All right, everyone. Welcome back to Wandering Eye Outdoors. I know it's been a while, but I thought I would come out here and just do a quick channel update, let you guys know what's going on, what's happening with riding this summer. There's some really big changes with the plans for this summer, so I thought I'd come out and let you guys know. Got a little bit of new gear, some cool little interesting things, so I thought I'd come out and share all that with you, so let's do it. All right, as I said, a lot going on with the Wandering Eye Outdoors channel. Some big changes for this coming summer plans as far as riding routes, Great Divide mountain bike route, all that stuff. So we're going to talk about that stuff today and much more. So just before we get into the rest of the video, I just want to say a huge thanks to Thad and Ben over at City Cyclery. Like I've said before, guys, I really couldn't do this without you. It really means a lot to have your support and have you guys backing me up through all this bicycle touring stuff. So thanks for letting me use the shop, guys, to do spring overall. As you can see, I got a lot new parts on the bike. Everything's fresh, new brake pads, everything. So the bike is ready to roll. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is my mental health. I reached out last summer and got an amazing response from everybody. And it was really the encouragement I needed to seek help and get my life in order for once. I will be 55 this coming October. And I feel like I've kind of lived my whole life not addressing some mental health issues that were very obvious throughout my life. And then I feel they were compounded by a couple accidents I had in 2006, 2010, where I suffered really severe concussions. And I know for a fact that my life changed forever after that, especially the accident in 2010. I fell off a roof, broke my back, hit my head off my knee really hard, was unconscious for quite a while. And I know I had a headache for about 6 or 7 months after that. And I know the anxiety and all that stuff really changed from that day forward. So like I said, when I made the video about my mental health struggles last summer when I was in Quebec touring with Jacques, I was really apprehensive about doing that video. And I'll be honest with you, the response I got was overwhelmingly good. I really don't think I received any negative comments. Everybody had really positive things to say, lots of encouragement. It was really good hearing from people that were going through similar things, as well as hearing from people that had family members that were going through what I was going through. So to hear it from a different perspective, you know, sometimes I think for us, like for me, suffering from mental health issues, it's easy to forget the impact it has on the people around you. And I definitely don't want to discount that anymore going forward. So to everybody that's been there for me through thick and thin, I really appreciate it. You guys are what gets me through. And please keep being there for me. And if you ever need somebody, I'm there for you as well. So part of the things that have happened with me reaching out, I've reached out for help to get a doctor, psychologist, or psychiatrist. I'm not sure what that avenue is going to be. And I'm not sure how things are where you live, if you're in Canada, United States, or abroad. But here in Canada, it's really hard to get doctors, whether it's a family doctor, a psychologist, or a psychiatrist. So I've been waiting for almost 10 months to get a doctor, and it looks like I'm finally almost there. So really positive things. But in the meantime, I've really gotten my life together in some ways that I've never had. Just to give you an example, it had been 10 years since I did my taxes. Why? I don't know. I just worried myself every year and kept saying the same thing. I'll just put it off till next year. And then the next thing you know, next year is 10 years later. So I got that done, and that was a real positive thing. I felt really good about myself doing that. I also, living in a border town, one of the busiest international crossings over to Detroit, Michigan, I have never had a passport because I kept putting that off too. So got a passport, I crossed over to Detroit a couple times. The second time was to go to a Red Wings game against Colorado Avalanche, which they won in overtime. So that was a real big bonus. And yeah, just stuff like that, getting my things in order and getting life together, pushing forward in the future to where I can get my own place and have a really more secure place where I know I can go to decompress, and just something to call my own, somewhere to call home type thing, whether it's a camper, a tiny home, or whatever it is. But that's something that's going to happen going forward. And that kind of leads me to the next topic. So thank you everybody for all your help with my mental health, and with all your support, suggestions, everything. It means the world to me, and I could not have done this without you. And going forward, I can't do it without you guys. So much appreciated, and I love you guys. I really do appreciate it. But one of the kind of side effects of me getting my life together right now is that for the next several months, I have a lot of meetings and things I got to take care of. So really big announcement, and I'm sorry to say this because I know a lot of you are looking forward to this. No one more than myself, though. I am going to put the Great Divide mountain bike route off until next summer, 2025. There's just so many reasons why I need to do that, and all the reasons are just for me getting my life together. Riding is super important to me. It's therapy for me, and I definitely need to keep doing it. But since that concussion I was talking about in the last 15 years or so, I let everything slide, and now that I'm starting to take care of it, things are popping up, and there's things that I have to take care of. Whether I meant to be mentally ill or not, life goes on, and I let a lot of things slide. So for me to take off and be out in the mountains, doing the Great Divide, I don't want to get caught out there and find out I had to go to a meeting about my future. So part of what I'm going through right now with my anxiety is it's really hard for me to work the jobs I've been working. So I'm looking for a little support from the Ontario government right now so I can get retrained and find a way to go forward in life. Like I said, I'm 55, so it's kind of hard to start over at this point, but I'm doing it, and that's what's happening. So I'm really sorry, guys. The Great Divide will be off until next year. And real bonus about this is I'm also putting it off because a good friend of mine, Jay, he has a YouTube channel called Biking 360. And please go check up here of him and his channel.
And today I'm going to do an update of my review that I did a year ago on the Apidura frame bag.
Now, really good guy. And what I'm getting at here is JP would really like to do this with me, but he's in the same boat as I am. He has some life things to take care of, and financially this summer will not work for him. So part of me putting this off till next year is we're really hoping that JP is going to come over he's in Thailand now, going to the UK to take care of some things. Probably going back to Thailand before we do the Great Divide, but the whole goal here is that we can both raise enough money to get JP over here to do the Great Divide mountain bike route with me, and that would be awesome. I would really like one or maybe two other people to tackle this with, because it is a big endeavor, and just having someone to be there with you through all the stress, watching gear when you go into a grocery store, anything like that, and then just to have the camaraderie at the end of the day, talk about the day and all that stuff. And it's nice to have another person with you when you are going through grizzly country. Probably a good thing if you're faster than they are. No, just kidding. But that's kind of the going joke, right? If you're going to go through bear country, make sure that you're not the slowest one. But anyways, just joking. So the goal for next year is to get my life together, get funds together, and get JP over here, and we're going to do the Great Divide mountain bike route. So linked in the descriptions for his channel, and go check it out, guys. I think you'd really like it. JP does a really good job, gear reviews, lots of good tours in Thailand. So please go check out JP's YouTube channel, and if anybody would like to help us get this going, you can go check his channel out and contribute to his channel, and then I have links in the description below where you can help get this going. So that's the story with the Great Divide mountain bike route. If anybody's disappointed, please understand there's no one more disappointed than me, but it will happen next year. I need to get things straightened out. So that's what's happening with the Great Divide mountain bike route. Okay, but having said that, that does not mean I'm not doing anything this summer. Like I said, I got my passport. I live right in Windsor, Ontario, on the border to Detroit, Michigan. So I am going to be heading over to Michigan, hopefully in May. I think it's called the Blue Ribbon or the Blue Belt Tour. Anyways, there's a really good tour I'm going to do in May, hopefully in Michigan. And then in June, I have the BT 700, which is a route in Ontario. It's a little under 800 kilometers. And that's another route I'm doing. And then hopefully I want to head over in July, August type thing and do the Empire State Trail, the C&O Trail, and the Gap Trail. All together, you're looking at about 15 to 1700 kilometers round trip. You can go check that out. All these routes are available online if you Google them. I'll try to put some links in the description if you want to check those out. But yeah, really big summer, hoping to do all that. So it's not like I'm not going to be riding. I just want to do rides where I can head out from home, and do 2 or 3 weeks or longer, and then come back home in case I have appointments and stuff like that. Trying to fit the Empire State Trail, that route in might be a little more difficult, but hopefully by then I'm a little further ahead with taking care of the things I need to take care of. So yeah, that's the plan. Doing the BT 700 with Bob. You've seen him in the Niagara tour, and Dennis Casimir, I'm not positive of that, but he will be joining us as well, and it should be a good experience. Dennis has a Trek 1120 as well. I believe his is stock, so it'll be nice to kind of compare the different bikes. If they're the same size, maybe we can switch off just to see. But yeah, that's really exciting. I'm going to really document everything really well this summer. So big plans for riding still, even though I'm not doing the Great Divide mountain bike route, guys. Still got really big plans. So like I said, I understand if you're disappointed about that. I am too, but still going to be a really great summer. The Empire State Trail, the C&O, and the Gap Trails are really interesting to me, because when I'm going through the route looking for camping and all that, it looks like 95% of the rail trails in the United States offer free camping, which is totally opposite of Canada. So really looking forward to being able to ride and not have to pay for camping. Spending little amounts of money each day has kind of been my goal. I really did poorly at it the first couple years of touring. Was very bad at money decisions. I've never been good with money, and I don't have a lot coming in, as most of you know. So being even more smart with your money is even more important. So yeah. So stay tuned for all those rides. There's another ride I'm hoping to put together with a group of people, just riding out to Point Pelee National Park. I did a video on that last year. I will put it up here so you guys can check that out if you like. Really good ride. We'll be staying in the Authentics like we did last time, and that's a nice thing because you don't have to bring your tent or any of that sleeping gear that you need. It's a fully like cabins, more or less, where there's electric heating, electricity, bunks, all that stuff. They do have some that have wood stoves, but to me that's a little more of a pain. But yeah, and that's something that I'm planning on doing this summer as well. So lots to do this summer, so stay tuned for that. I almost forgot. One thing I do want to mention about this year's trip plans is that I have mentioned I was going to Southern California to visit my sister and do the SoCal Desert Ramble this spring, but I'm putting that off because of what I've already mentioned with things that I need to take care of, and I definitely can't be in California if I have an appointment to be at in a week or something like that. So, and that is going to happen in the fall, hopefully. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, really big summer, regardless of the fact that I'm not doing the Great Divide mountain bike route. Okay, one thing I thought I'd come out and talk to you guys about as well is I got a bunch of new gear. The first thing I got that I'll talk about that I don't have with me is my laptop. So I was using an HP Envy, really wasn't sufficient for real good video editing, to use video editing software. So I broke down and I bought a Apple MacBook Pro, and I can't tell you how happy I am I did that. It makes the video editing process so much smoother, quicker, and just more enjoyable. So that was a huge difference in the video making part of things. Okay, one of the other things I wanted to just talk to you guys about real quick is I got a bunch of new gear, really nothing too expensive except for one item. For my video editing end of things, I broke down and finally got a better laptop. I bought an Apple MacBook Pro, a really good one, and I can't tell you the difference it makes in the video editing part of things. So much smoother, easier, and quicker to do. So really good investment. I really couldn't afford it, to be honest with you, but I made it happen and I'm really glad I did. I take good care of my stuff, so I have no doubt I'm gonna have it for a while, and it's gonna make a huge difference for me when I'm editing videos. So that was a great purchase. Another thing I got is this Camelback repack hydration sack. So basically it's like a fanny pack. People of my age will remember when we were younger, late teens, early 20s, fanny packs were all the rage. Well, this one is pretty much that, but as you can see, it has a hydration bladder in it, 1.5 liters. Also has multiple pockets on it for storing things. But the main reason I got this is for trips like the SoCal Desert Ramble, where they suggest that you need to have like 5 to 6 liters of water for certain stretches because there's nowhere to get water, even to filter or anything like that. So I was at my favorite bike shop, City Cyclery. So yeah, I was at City Cyclery, and Ben happened to be on the distributor's website where they get this stuff from, and just happened to mention it. I'd been looking at them. I've seen other people start using them. So I said, yeah, let's grab one. I know Camelback makes really top quality stuff. You could even hang a light off this. It's reflective. So really good. All things look pretty positive so far on it. Like I said, lots of pockets. I just put it on real quick. I did wear it here. You might see in the videos riding in, but I didn't have a chance to really fine tune adjust it. So it was a little loose, but yeah, I'll work on that. Obviously, it's not something I'm going to wear every day. And when there's no water in it, you can actually fold it up small enough that you can pack it in a bag. So really happy that I got this, and I'm sure I'm going to put it through its paces this summer. You can see it's got real good hip belt and a good lumbar support. So so far, without it even being adjusted properly, it feels great. All right, continuing with the hydration theme. One thing I like to use a lot is Nalgene bottles, pretty much because of the size. You know, the 1 liter ones obviously hold 1 liter of water, so that's quite a bit of water. This one's just under a liter. But what I like about these two is the cap. So I should have brought one of the other ones, but with most Nalgenes, it's either a wide mouth or a smaller mouth. And no matter what, you have to unscrew it to drink it and then screw the top back on. The reason I got these ones is, as you can see on this one, you just pull this out and it's like a straw. You drink out of it that way, or if you're off the bike and you got time, you can open it that way. So really good features. I like the size of this one. It fits in a couple of my handlebar bags a lot better. So yeah, really good. I was just on Nalgene's website and was looking for something, like I said, in the top wise, and that's kind of what I went with. The other one I did get is this one here, and it just has a little lid. It just has a little, sorry, let me do that again. So the other one I have is this type of lid where you press this, pull that off, and it flips open, and then you can drink right out of it. So again, a nice one to use. Like I said, you don't have to unscrew anything. And the whole point of why I want stuff that it's easier to access for drinking is because if it's a pain in the butt to unscrew a lid to take a drink, you're probably going to put it off. And that's when you're going to end up getting into problems with dehydration and stuff like that. So the whole point of getting these type of lids was to get even better with my hydration. I feel I made some strides last year in eating and drinking, and I just want to take it one step further this summer. One thing I added to my my diet, my routine, I guess you could say, is a product called AG1. Athletic Greens is what it stands for. I can't recommend it enough. Again, something that probably shouldn't be in my financial realm of things, but how good it makes me feel justifies totally how much it costs. I'm not going to bother talking about the price because it's going to be different wherever you live, but I've spent way more a month on Tim Hortons, coffee shop stuff, back in the day, fast food and stuff like that. So for me to spend less on something that makes me feel better is a no-brainer. So anybody looking for some daily supplement to help them, AG1 is a complete nutritional supplement, has everything you need in it. So check it out. One thing I suffer from is bloating and gut health problems, and I can't tell you how much a difference this product has made. So anybody looking for something, I'm not sponsored by them or nothing. I paid for everything on my own. I've been using it for 4 months, going on 5, and it's a game changer for me. So AG1 Athletic Greens, check it out. Okay, again, continue with the hydration thing. I think you can see where we're going with this. Hydration is pretty important. So one thing I have used actually for quite a while, this is brand new, but I have been using the Katadyn Be Free water filter system, and it works great. 2 summers ago or 2 springs ago, I went out to my good buddy Scott's property on the Maitland River, just outside of Goderich, and I stayed there for about 22 days, and I only drank out of the stream right near his house, and the only thing I used was one of these. It's just a simple cartridge filter, easy to clean, easy to use. You can drink right out of this bladder, and the nice thing about this is it folds up really well. I got the top on, but it folds up really small, and you can put it anywhere you want. So great product. Anybody looking for something in the hydration department, this is easy to use, and price-wise, it's not that expensive compared to other water filtration systems. So Katadyn Be Free, this is the 1 liter version. There is also a bigger version, and they do also make other water filtration systems, gravity drips and stuff like that. So if you're looking for a good water treatment, water filtration, check out Katadyn. All right, sticking with the fueling the body thing. Another thing I bought was this, I don't know the best way to describe it, but it is a silicone grade food safe container. And the reason I bought this is because I'm going to be paying attention online and be looking for the pre-made meals, the dehydrated, the freeze-dried meals that you can buy at sporting goods stores, REI, Mech in Canada, places like that, online at all the outdoor stores. And they come in their own bags, but I find them bulky to pack. So what I'm going to do is break them down into Ziplocs, and then to rehydrate them, this is also good rated that you can put boiling water in it. So most of the dehydrated pre-made meals require 2 cups of boiling water, put it in, and then the main thing for this is that it has a really good seal on it, as you can see. And then I'll empty it out of the Ziploc into here, put the 2 liters of boiling water, close it up, let it sit for 10-15 minutes, and you got yourself a really good meal. So I'm going to be looking for sales because they can be expensive at regular price, and I'm really looking forward to really riding on a budget this summer, and that's kind of my main goal. I don't want to stop doing this, but I'm not a rich man, so I need to figure out ways. I'm going to talk about some ways that if you guys want to help me out in a minute that you can, but I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I'm really thinking that this is going to come in handy. I won't lie, most of this stuff I've seen on other people's YouTube channels. The guys at bikepacking.com, really good YouTube channel, really good website as well. They have thousands, hundreds of routes all over the world that you can click on, see it. They give you all the POIs, all that stuff. So please check out bikepacking.com and check out their routes. You'll have a lifetime of bucket list rides to try and check off. So yeah, I saw this on they do quite a bit of gear reviews, product suggestions and stuff like that. And I seen them camping one night and this is what they're using. I was like, yeah, that's great. So pick this up and I have no doubt it's going to work great. Again, it breaks down really small. I can just, there's air in it right now, but I can just fold it flat and put it in the pannier bag. So I'll let you know how it works out. All right, another thing I got, and this is pretty important because I was going to get a Dynamo hub on my bike for this year, but just things haven't worked out financially for that. So I did get my new carbon wheel replaced by Trek from the one that melted last summer. I'll put a video up here if you guys don't know what I'm talking about that. But I wanted to put a Dynamo hub on that. It just didn't work out financially. So that wheel has been rebuilt with the old hub on it, which is a really top quality hub, just no Dynamo hub. So I want to make sure that I'm able to charge things. I have a ton of electronic stuff. So I bought this solar panel. It's a 28 watt solar charger made by a company called Big Blue. I've seen a lot of people using it. And what I like about it is you can see how small it is now. And then what you do is you just open it up and there you go. You've got your solar panels, and I can strap that to my bike, like over each pannier on the side, but mainly I'll be trying to use it on days off and at camp and stuff like that. Or if I really need to power stuff, stop for a couple hours, take a break if I'm not in a hurry that day. So like I said, really like this. The thing I like about it is that it folds up real nice. It also has a readout too to let you know, like electronic readout to let you know what's going on with everything, if it's charging properly, how many watts are going through and all that stuff. So by all accounts, it's a good little system. So I'll let you know how it works out. All right, last but not least, there's one other little thing. I'm sure there's a couple things that I've gotten, little things that I'm not thinking of right now that I didn't bring with me. I was trying to rack my brain. Over the winters, most cyclists, that's when they get their new gear and gadgets and stuff like that. So one thing I wanted to show you was this new little product I got. It's from a company called Flip Fuel. Those of you that use gas canisters when you tour in your stoves know that you always end up with canisters with just a tiny bit in it that you can't really use, and I've always thought what a waste. But there's other companies that make things that are similar, but I bought this product. It's from a company called Flip Fuel, and what it allows you to do is, I'm not sure if you'll get a good shot of that. If it's not, I'll take a picture. But what it allows you to do is, you can see there's ports on it, top and bottom. Screw a canister on top, canister on the bottom, open it up, and then you just let the fuel out and transfer it in. The best thing you obviously have to do is weigh your cans to make sure you're not overfilling them, but I'm really glad I got this. I'm not going to be able to use this on a regular basis or anything like that, just because they recommend that you freeze one of the canisters, but when I take a motel room, stuff like that. So yeah, just a product that helps you not waste any of that fuel. Fuel's actually pretty expensive in those little canisters, believe it or not. They do last quite a while, but yeah, Flip Fuel, really nice, well made, well machined, anodized, all that stuff. Really well machined product though, for sure. I'll let you know how it works out though. I'm really thinking that's going to be a good product, save me a few bucks in the long run. All right, I think I'm going to wrap things up here. One thing I want to mention, Julie, if you're watching, it's amazing that you're going to do a ride from Amsterdam to Paris, France. That's absolutely incredible. I won't lie, I'm jealous as can be. Don't worry about the Point Pelee trip. We'll get it in, and I don't feel like you're putting me off or anything. You're a good friend, and don't worry about it. We'll get that Point Pelee ride in whenever it works out the best for you, and we'll have a blast. Okay, so let's wrap things up. Like I said, no Great Divide mountain bike route this year. Kind of a bummer, but not. So big things happening this summer. Like I said, the big goal is to work through this summer and into next year and to get my friend JP over, probably from Thailand at that time. So if anybody would like to help us out, like I said, I'm going to leave a link to JP's channel in the description, but if anybody would like to help me out with my riding plans this summer and then also the Great Divide, I'd really appreciate it. I do have a couple ways that you can help me out. One is buy me a coffee. It's a one-time thing, and I think that's probably going to be the most attractive option for most people. And then there's also, you'll see beside the subscribe button that there is a join button, and that's actually really good. I canceled my Patreon for now because it just wasn't growing, and this is a similar thing. If you click on that join button, you'll see there's different tiers that you can join the channel on a monthly basis. That really is the best way for the channel to help me out, but like I said, I understand where the buy me a coffee might be better, but links for those will be in the description. I understand, guys, that we're all struggling in some ways financially for the most part, so please, I do understand if this isn't something that you can do or something that you'd rather not hear. I do understand that to some extent, but having said that, I am not a rich man, and I've already told you what's going on, so I'm just kind of in a state of limbo right now, you know, getting my life together for the first time at almost 55 after a lifetime of unaddressed mental health issues, mental illness, whatever you want to call it. So anybody that's so inclined to help me and me out in particular, and then also help JP get over to Canada to start the Great Divide mountain bike route in Banff, we would really appreciate it. So go check JP's channel out, check the links out, and if you want to help out, awesome. All right, so let's wrap it up. I don't know what the first ride's going to be. I have a feeling it might be a ride out to Point Pelee National Park by myself, maybe coming up very soon. The nice thing about that is, like I mentioned, don't have to sleep in my tent. So if it's cold out at night, I'm in a heated cabin basically. So I think that I might do that in about a month. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to try and get out and do a couple other videos, maybe test out the solar panel here in Windsor and let you know how everything's working out with that, charging my power banks and whatnot. So anyways, guys, I'm really sorry about the time in between videos, but it was a lot going on in my life, as I've mentioned, in good ways. Still the up and down roller coaster rides of anxiety and stuff like that. I realize that's something I'm going to have to manage for the rest of my life, and I think that was the best realization I ever came to. It's not going to go away. I just have to learn to cope with it and to be able to have a better life dealing with that. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.